Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Ace Attorney Investigations. We're continuing from where we left off, and we're doing episode 3, to Kidnap Turnabout. And I've been reading your comments, guys. A lot of you guys told me that this next case is really gonna mess with my head, and there's a lot of twists. So let's do it here. The Kidnap Turnabout. March 13, 10:11 a.m. Unknown place. It's time. Don't worry, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be following your every movement with my binoculars. Good to hear. Now make sure you don't lose sight of me. I'm counting on you for backup. You can count on me, sir. I have to go. The kidnapper is supposed to contact me soon. Who would have thought that, upon my return, I'd be thrust into a kidnapping case? And that I would be the one who would have to make the ransom drop-off. Let's see. I checked that the money is all there, safe inside the suitcase. Now all I have to do is await further instructions from the kidnapper, which I'm expecting to be transferred to my cell phone. I wonder who else is around. This is the meeting place, after all. Welcome to Gatewaterland. Oh, it's the Blue Badger. Oh, thank you. And a big hello to you. I'm the Proto Badger. Nice to meet you. The Blue Badger is the mascot of the police and Ace Attorney. Excuse me, but were you perhaps thinking of taking a picture of me? A picture? Of you? Sorry, but I'm not interested. Oh, that's too bad. Well, have a good day. Hello? Who are you? You're not Ernest Amano? So, the person's using a voice changer. The kidnapper. It sounds like the kidnapper is using some sort of voice alteration device. I knew it. So I read the text right there, and I saw the way the words were being. It's some kind of voice changer. I'm his representative, Miles Edgeworth. Are you a cop? No, I'm a prosecutor. I know what you're wondering, and yes, I have brought the ransom money with me. I see. In that case, bring the money with you to the stadium. So this person intends to see if I'm being followed, huh? Please, Detective Gumshoe. I really need you to come through for me, this one time. Edgeworth speaking. Next, come to the haunted house. And just how long do you intend to have me wander around for? That's for me to decide. You don't have much of a choice here, my friend. I suppose not. I've arrived. Go inside. What a dismal place. That's it. Go through those doors. Am I being watched from somewhere? I did see the Blue Badger in the corner there. Leave the money and go. Now. Urgh. I was hoping for an exchange, but maybe I should do as they say for now and not push it. I couldn't catch even a glimpse of the kidnapper. Perhaps I should keep an eye on this haunted house until police backup arrives. Oh! Oh my god. It was a trap. March 13, 11:23 a.m. That guy betrayed. No, can't be. Then the deal. Who is that? And what are they talking about? Split police. Alright. In front of meet up. I can't move my body. I fear I may faint again. Where am I? How long was I out? It wasn't raining like it is now when I made the drop-off. This was supposed to be a simple affair. So why have I been taken hostage as well? I can only assume Detective Gumshoe lost sight of me at some point. The only reason I agreed to the drop-off man was because of that phone call. It was from Mr. Ernest Amano, the director of the powerful Zaibatsu, the Amano group. But aside from that, I also owe him a great debt of gratitude. His only son, Lance, had been kidnapped. I know that Lance is already in his 20s, but I guess some things you never grow out of. I can't sit around waiting for someone to come help me. I must escape somehow. Urgh. Was that you making that funny sound? Who's there? And how dare you laugh at a gentleman's plight? Who are you? Who are you? The same thing he just said. Are you one of the kidnappers? A kidnapper? Me? No way. I'm not into such petty crimes. Nope. I'm after something much, much bigger. I must be worn out from today's ordeal. Focus, Miles. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry about that. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief of... Oh, she's Yadagarusu? Yadagarusu, great thief. And did she really just claim to be the Yadagarusu? Oh, but my real name is Kay, Faraday. Kay Faraday. Kay Faraday. So usually when you say their names, quickly, it can mean something, or if their name could intend some kind of pun. You can call me Kay, Kay? Good. Glad that's settled. Not quite. I have a mountain of questions for you. But first, if you would be so kind as to remove these ropes. I wonder, should I remove them? I was actually having a lot of fun watching you make those silly faces. Hey, there's no need to get all mad and ice glary on me, you know? This rope goes through here, and there you go. What a relief. I owe you my thanks. Oh, it's okay. You can pay me back in full later. Now then, what questions should I start with? Fortunately, I can already tell nothing is going to be easy with this cheeky girl. Great thief. You call yourself a great thief. Yet, are you really a thief at all? You doubt me. I get it. You think that a young lady like me could possibly be such a big-time thief, right? That's not the part I have a tough time believing. I'm the real, genuine Yadagarusu, you know? Yup, I'm a pure-blooded great thief. It's a little something I inherited from my predecessor. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I arrested you then, right? What? Of course I'd mind. I haven't stolen anything yet. Seriously, I don't know how you can say such a horrible thing to your savior. That's true. Technically, she hasn't stolen anything in front of me. Yet. Yadagarusu. When you say you're the Yadagarusu, you mean you are the Yadagarusu. Yup, the most righteous of the righteous. The legendary great thief. but I inherited the title only recently. So I haven't had a chance to steal anything yet as the second Yatagarasu. I was not aware that thieves could pass down their titles like that. But don't worry, I've got some big plans in the works. Big plans, huh? They wouldn't happen to lead to a big arrest, would they? I knew it. This is no reasoning with the prosecutor. I'm not the problem here. I'll have you know that the Yatagarasu has no interest in stealing petty trinkets. There's one thing and only one thing I want to steal. Only one thing. And what would that be? But that's going to have to wait until we find our way out of here. Well, at least there is one thing we agree on. I'm sure I'll have plenty of time later to learn more about you. So you never told me what your name is, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess not. I'm Miles Edgeworth. Aha, now I remember. How can you remember something I just told you? But she sure is teary. Alright then, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's get out of here. It would seem that we are locked in, from the other side. What? No way! I don't hear you, la 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 la. Yeah, so she definitely was not the thief that was in the first case. It's definitely not her who shot the gun. Okay, you do remember where you came in from, right? It looks like that might be our only way out of this room. Whoops, slight miscalculation. Yeah, she's definitely not the master thief. That's a good height to make an entrance from, but I can't jump that height to make an exit. I suppose we have no choice but to look around and see if we can't find another way out. Isolation room. Okay. Okay. What is this? Looks like the Bad Badger, and it's looking as bad as ever. Looks like a costume head to me. I guess the Bad Badger's costume is at the very least a two-piece, huh? The real question is why is only the head sitting out here on the floor? Costumes separate the head and body. This head was left in the isolation room. Hey, there's something inside the bottom right box. Oh, I think it's a pink badger costume. Pink badger? You don't keep up with what's going on in the world, do you? In that case, you better study up on the whole badger clan with this. What is this thing? Think of it as a Bible of all things you'll ever need to know about the clan. Whatever. I suppose I can keep it as a reference guide or something. Book detailing info on the whole Badger family. I suppose this means that this is where they keep all the costumes. It certainly looks that way. It's like the Badger family's home. There are 8 boxes, but 7 of them are empty. Which means that 7 of the costumes are in use right now. It seems that the costumes of the Badger family are kept in the isolation room. But aren't these Badgers the mascots of the police force? Well, I heard that the police had a hand in sponsoring this theme park. Probably because the Gatewater group owes the police from all the cases they solve. They have all the power of the state and they used it to make a theme park? It's not just any theme park. They have a handcuff-shaped double-looping roller coaster. That's quite enough. I'm feeling woozy from just the thought of such a thing. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. But since it has the same design, doesn't it seem forced to call this one a female? You think so? I mean, just look at how long her eyelashes are. That's the only difference. And the fact that she's pink. Yes, and? And her lips are red. See lipstick. What? She has nothing to say about that giant pink ribbon, or is that too obvious? So this is the Blue Badger's rival, the Bad Badger, huh? Do you feel some sort of reverence towards this Badger, Kay? Ha, I can't believe you would be so stereotypical when it comes to thieves. Surely you must also think there are much cooler and cuter ones out there, right? That's it. I've decided that thieves and thievery need an image makeover. Good luck with that one. Look, it's the Blue Badger. I suppose even this thing can be popular with women. My nemesis. What in the... Why is she beating it up? He's got the word badge right in his name. That's nothing but bad news for someone like me. And to think he's out here wandering around this park. I better be careful or he's going to arrest me by the power of his name alone. I somehow doubt that the Blue Badger has the power to arrest anyone. This is that Blue Badger I met at the main gate. Excuse me, but his name is Proto Badger, not Blue Badger. He's based off the very first design created by the local police chief. You know, when you compare the two, the Blue Badger looks a bit cuter. I suppose as he continued to redesign him, the chief managed to make him cuter and cuter. Even humanity has come a long way when you think about how much we've evolved. Are we comparing the Blue Badger to humans now? I suppose this is the Pink Badger. But since it has the same design, doesn't it seem forced to call this one out? Okay. See this one. This key. What have we here? We got a key. Ah! Why do I feel a laser-like stare aimed right at me? Did you want to take a look? Well, don't mind if I do. Oh, I see. Yes, this is definitely a key. I'm sure it's a key to something. Maybe I'll open something somewhere in this room with this key. The something is what is relevant to my interest. Man, why do they have to pull the window so high up anyway? How is the thief supposed to make her daring escape? I suppose we can make our way out of here if we were to climb on top of those lockers. Ha, that's pretty clever. You make a good thief yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Please don't ever place my name and the word thief in the same sentence again. Let's see. I wonder if I can jump and grab on top of the locker here. Man, why did they have to make such ginormous lockers anyway? Even if we wanted to use these lockers, we need some sort of foothold. If we can get to the top of then we can escape. If only there were some footholds. They're holding a Blue Badger photo rally. You didn't know. Plus, it's not just a Blue Badger, it's his whole family, too. Take a picture of every member of the Badger family and receive a prize. There's only one of each of the 4 family members wandering throughout the park. Best of luck. Well, there's a costume head sitting over there. Why not start with a picture of that? You can't do that. That's cheating. There's only one of each badger in the park, so you have to work for it. Speaking of badgers, there's one sitting against a wall in the haunted house. Seriously? But somehow I don't think that one counts, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to take pictures of the costume ones walking around the park. So those are the rules of this game. How quaint. There's only one of each badger in the park. Try to get the whole badger family. What is this? Isn't this my phone? It looks like it made it through the ordeal intact. If only there was a way for us to contact someone on the outside. But we do have a way. Right here. Ah! There was a cell phone here this whole time. If I'm right, Detective Gumshoe should have contacted the precinct for backup by now. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay? I was so worried, sir. I'm fine. I was knocked unconscious for a spell by the kidnapper, that's all. I'm sorry, sir, I'm such a failure. If only I hadn't lost sight of you. Detective, we don't have time for this. Have the police set up a perimeter right now. You don't have to worry about that, sir. I already got the boys working on that. But in doing that, I sorta, What's wrong, Detective? Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with me. Who is this? Long Lang of Interpol. What? A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Edgeworth. Heard a great deal about you. So why exactly is an Interpol agent like yourself involved in a domestic kidnapping case? Don't sweat the details. A crime's a crime, whether it's on a local or a global scale. Besides, you're the one who's in a world of trouble. And why would you say that? Lang Z says the pack that runs together stays together. You catch my drift. You caused quite a ruckus by running blindly into a situation and then getting caught. You should have contacted the police from the very beginning. I'm sorry that it's happened because of a lapse in judgment. However, I humbly request that you please help me out of here post-haste. Sorry, no can do. What? Oh, He said it too, what? We're hunting the kidnapper now, and I haven't got any hands to spare. As I said, my pack moves is 1. You're the one who wanted to go it alone, so good luck to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, and once we do catch a kidnapper, rest assured, we'll come find you. Eventually. You! What's wrong? Did you get cut off? No, my phone ran out of power. No way! It doesn't matter anyway. We should try to get out of here through our own means. Yeah, I have a name to live up to after all. If we put our heads together, we're sure to find a way out. The kidnapping. Do you know where the person who kidnapped me went? Well, after they locked you up in here, it sounded like they went into the next room and started talking to someone. I feel like I heard something as well, but it's all a haze in my mind. However, I do recall that the kidnapper was talking with someone. It was just a guess before, but I guess I really am dealing with 2 kidnappers here. After that, they left. It almost seemed as if they were done with you. I suppose that is the case, as my kidnapping seemed like an afterthought to the 1 million. Well, if they went into the next room, let's see what we can find out through the slot. Oh, we can peer into the room the kidnappers were in from here. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. This is the first thing I'm noticing. Is that what I think it is? It looks like the kidnapper has an escape tunnel prepared just in case. That's awesome! They're like a bunch of great thieves themselves. No, they're not, because I highly doubt they made the tunnel themselves. The floor panel was removed and propped up against the beam in a very specific way. The panel is held in place by a hook. The entrance to an underground room, perhaps. I think this building was originally built with a basement or underground area. There's a beam in the next room, identical to the one in this room. There's even a hook onto it to hold a propped-up floor panel in place, which reminds me. Did you find something useful, Mr. Edgeworth? Perhaps. I may have found a very handy hint to how we'll get out of here. There's a door on the opposite side that appears to be the same as this one, which would mean that I can probably assume that these 2 rooms are very similar in structure. I believe I may have just found our ticket out. Maybe we can use this paint to help us escape. And what exactly do you have in mind? Well, we could paint help in really giant letters. And who, pray tell, would see those giant letters? We're inside a building. Okay, then how about we light the paint on fire and send out colored smoke signals? Anyone who saw it would think some crazy arsonist was about, and call the cops. Actually, that may not be great for me, seeing as I'm a thief and all. Let's try to find something other than this paint to use, shall we? Okay. Maybe I'll open something somewhere in the room with this key. The lockers. If we can get to the top, then we can escape. If only there were some footholds. No, damn. I was hoping that it could open a locker. I guess not. Open floor panel. No. Oh, man, I'm pissed right now. Okay. I was thinking that blue tarp that's on the floor, I'm thinking that that's covering another escape hatch. There's another escape hatch in there. Lockers and costumes. you can climb on top of that rack and then jump on the lockers. No, two? Oh, man. This is the beam I was tied to. What's up? Aw, I should have checked that earlier. I was pondering perhaps we could make it over two, and out the window if we climb this. Good thinking. And if it's climbing action you need, just leave it to me. Thanks. This little hook looks like it might just make a good foothold. Up you go, Kay. Good luck. Count on it. The great thief Yadagarusu spreads her mighty wings and takes to the skies. Here I go. As I thought, this beam was definitely not made for climbing. There's a hook on this beam, but it's not enough of a foothold to climb out with. What do you mean, as I thought? I'm not your guinea pig, you know. There's a hook on this beam, but it's not enough of a foothold to climb out with. The panel is held in place by a hook. The entrance to an underground room, perhaps. These two are linked. There we go. This hook on this beam. You know, I already tried, and there's no way I can jump from the hook to the window. The thing is, though, is that... Oh, and that's not really a shelf, is it? It's more like an indoor shelf. Like, the shelf is, like, in the wall. Okay, I thought it was, like, a shelf that you could actually climb on, then my bad. But, under that tarp, there might actually be a hatch. Come on, even you have to admit when something's just not possible. Huh, I wasn't about to suggest that again. Rather, that it's here for a different purpose. Really? Like what? As you saw in the adjacent room, it's clearly for keeping a floor panel, propped up. Which means that there should be a panel in this room that we can open as well. Oh, I get it. It's under the blue tarp. We didn't notice its existence all this time because it was being hidden by this tarp. Yup, I called it. Alright then, let's fold this thing up and see what's underneath. Now this is what I call a treasure. Wow, this must be another entrance to a secret hidden basement. I totally smell treasure. The scent I wish to smell is the sweet fragrance of freedom. Then what are you waiting for? Hurry up and open the hatch. Alright. This thing is locked down tight. We might be able to escape through here, but the door is locked. Oh, I already know this. This is easy. Aw, fiddlesticks. Tiny key. Underground entrance. These two are linked. I believe you're up, Kay. Huh? Why me? Because we need to use the tiny key that you've taken quite a liking to. Oh, gotcha. Just leave it to me. I love the tense feeling of these moments when you're about to uncover something big. I believe the feeling of freedom would be much more satisfying right about now. Alright, I got the secret door open. And now... Well, wait! What? Ah! Are you alright, Kay? I'm fine. The ladder just slipped is all. Thank goodness she's alright. I about had a coronary. There's a lot of really large machinery down here. What about an exit? It's really dark and cramped down there, so I really doubt there's an exit. I can't believe that happened. You have only yourself to blame for leaping before you, looked, you know. No way, I mean, how was I supposed to know that the ladder is removable? It looks as though it can be easily removed, but is it really safe to use? Yeah, use the ladder on the lockers. Remove the ladder. If we can get to the top, we can escape. If only there was some foothold. The ladder. These two. Connect these two. Yeah. I figured out how we will escape this prison, Kay. Oh? So how are we going to bust out? It seems that your reckless actions were of use after all. Are you actually praising me? More of thank you for giving me an idea regarding this ladder. The underground ladder. What about it? The ladder isn't just for those who wish to go down. Oh, I see. If we use this... Yes, I believe it's long enough to reach the top of those lockers. Well then, what are we waiting for? Alright, now we can get out of here. Yes, we spent entirely too much time in here. Kidnappers who held me hostage, and a mysterious Interpol agent. This case is only getting started, and I'll be the one to bring it to a resounding end. March 13th, 12:11 p.m. Wild West area. It looks like it stopped raining for now. Yeah, thank goodness. You have no idea how hard it was raining earlier. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh. I'm so glad to see you managed to escape, sir. I was so stressed that I thought my heart was gonna give out. Detective Gumshoe, may I ask what in the world that is? Well, that's, Count off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 98, 99. Chifu, all 99 members are here and accounted for, sir. Heh. What the heck, do you think you're doing, counting my, cubs off like that? Every person is a valuable human being, you get me? Who the hell are you? And everyone has a name that their parents gave to them. No one is a 2 or a 3. Everyone, regardless of age or rank, is number 1, got it? Sifu. You are Agent Lang, I take it. You infidel, how dare you address our Sifu so rudely? Grr. Lang Z says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. So don't you ever forget to show the proper respect towards another person. Sheena. This isn't much, but please accept my card. Oh, thank you. Please accept mine in return. You all see that just now? This is the proper way for 2 people to show their respect. Keep that in mind and you'll get far in life, got it? Oh, that's right. Francisca did warn me. Something about an elite Interpol agent from the Republic of Zhangfa. Apparently, this man has the highest successful arrest rate in the organization. Agent Lang, why exactly is an Interpol agent involved with this clearly domestic case? That's none of your business, Mr. Prosecutor. How is it not? I've heard a rumor or two about you. You saw the murder that occurred during your flight home recently, right? Ha, but you sure took a while just to arrest one little flight attendant. How pathetic. How dare you say that about Mr. Edgeworth? Are you saying you could have solved it faster, pal? The comedic relief jumps to the aid of his master. How cliche. Look, what I'm getting at is that if I'd been there, no one would have died. I would have solved the entire case, and Agent Hicks would still be with us here today. Agent Lang knew yesterday's victim, Agent Acme Hicks. Hicks was like a brother to me, so now I'm out to take my revenge. Agent Hicks was investigating a smuggling ring with Francisca and a 3rd person. This must be the man she was talking about. In that case, you should understand how I feel as the kidnapped is someone I know. So I ask that you please allow me to participate in the investigation. This isn't your neatly trimmed courtroom of Eden, you know. You're out in the wilderness now, Mr. Prosecutor, and way out of your league. No hard feelings, but why don't you go on back to your courtroom for now, pretty boy? You dare to mock the court? I do. and I don't need the help of a filthy prosecutor. Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. Who used the adjective filthy to describe a prosecutor? And why do I feel such intense loathing emanating from him? Alright, men. Good job on the perimeter around, Gatewater Land. Now just find me the kidnapper and bring the punk to me. Dismissed. Sir. Now then, Mr. Prosecutor. You just sit tight here and don't cause any trouble, understand? We'll wait. Mr. Edgeworth! It's been a while since I last met someone so disagreeable. Why of all places did he show up here? And completely out of the blue at that. I suppose I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe to fill me in on that. Great job, Detective. Oh, this is the old Ace Attorney theme that's playing right now. Sir! For losing sight of me and the kidnapper and allowing my investigation to be hijacked. Sir! I look forward to your next month's salary assessment. But the case isn't lost yet, sir. I'm gonna show you just how much of a man Dick Gumshoe can be. Shall I prepare the 21-gun salute now or later? Agent Lang. Detective, are you sure it was the precinct you called for backup? Of course, sir. I think I would know the number to my own precinct like the back of my hand. Then why didn't an Interpol agent show up instead, with an army of his own agents? That I have no idea. About 5 minutes after I made the call, that Wolfman showed up out of nowhere, sir. Agent Lang definitely has an agenda. So the question is, what is he after? Mr. Edgeworth, I was wondering if I may ask about one thing, sir. Yes, what is it? Who is that? That girl over there, I mean. I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kay Faraday. What? Funny, I don't recall making you my assistant, Kay. Yeah, I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Me. It's been like that since forever. Sorry, but I just stole your supporting role. How can you say something so serious with that giant grin on your face, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, we got a thief on our hands, sir. She stole my role, sir. I'm taking her in, getting her convicted and making sure she serves out her sentence. Oh, come on. It'll be fun, like musical chairs. You better stay fast on your feet. No way. I won't. I will not lose the spotlight to you, little girl. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here. Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Lang's orders. I suppose I'll have to deal with this impasse for now. Man, I can't calmly do any stealing at all with the detective around. I suppose it's not easy when there's this many members of law enforcement in the vicinity. It's alright. It's not like I'm in a hurry to steal this any, old thing. Which is it? Do you plan to steal something or not? Quite the mystery, this one. Maybe I should talk with her a bit more. So what are you gonna do about your investigation into the kidnapping? Good question. Since Agent Lang holds the authority to investigate this case now, this makes things a bit more complicated. Oh, come on, you can't let that stop you. I'll even lend you a hand, so let's go. But you're a self-purported great thief, are you not? I don't believe I can let someone of an unlawful nature participate in an investigation. You don't like to listen, do you? I'm not just any old great thief, I'm the Yatagarasu. As I said earlier, the Yatagarasu is after one and only one thing. One and only one. What is this one and only one thing you're after? The Yatagarasu is only interested in one thing, and that is the truth. I see. It was 7 years ago. There was a vigilante who threw the business world into panic. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appeared, and vanished at will. Though we still don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu like to find and publicly disclose evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. Once a target was chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement was sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation was infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found was sent out to the mass media, along with a card with the mark of a three-legged raven. Looking back, I suppose you could call what the Yatagarusu was stealing the truth. Could this child really be the successor to the original Yatagarusu? But that can't be, can it? Lance! Lance! Where are you, son? Mr. Amano. Oh. Yeah, this is the guy his son got kidnapped.
Oh, Miles, my boy. I'm sorry to involve you in such an affair, just after you've returned.
For you, Mr. Amano, I gladly offer my assistance. After all, I have you to thank for how well things turned out during my time abroad. If it wasn't for you, I might not have been introduced to that law office. And I had the chance to study that inner workings of another country's judicial system.
No. Think nothing of it. As you know, Manfred and I go way back. I consider a beloved disciple of his to be like one of my own blood. If you ever want to go overseas again, you need only ask. I can use my company's vast network to send you anywhere at any time.
So who's the old man? He is the father of the currently kidnapped Lance Amano, Ernest Amano.
Now then, have you found Lance yet, Miles? Please, I miss my poor boy dearly.
I'm terribly sorry, but your son's whereabouts remain unknown, Mr. Amano.
Or, hold on there. And what happened to all that money?
I believe the 1 million's been stolen, and that the culprits are now on the run.
What?
Poor old man. Don't you have anything you could give him to cheer him up, Mr. Edgeworth? Forgive me, Mr. Amano. The kidnapping. I was wondering if you could please tell me the details of the kidnapping one more time.
Oh, it was yesterday. A call came to the house. From the receiver. The sound of my son. Help me, Daddy.
I know this is tough, but please stay with me here, Mr. Amano.
You don't understand. He hasn't called me Daddy in ages. It was incredibly moving. I wish I had recorded him saying that.
He definitely should have recorded that conversation. But not for the foolish sentimentalities of an old man. Lance Amano. Refresh my memory, what kind of person is Lance again?
How will, telling you about Lance help you get him back?
Surprisingly, a lot can be deduced from a person's relationship and behavior.
Very well then. Lance is my one and only son, and he turned 21 this year. He is very much like me, when I was his age, kind and very attractive. I'm sure women simply can't keep their hands off him.
Is there anything else about him you noticed of late?
Now that you mention it, I haven't been able to get in contact with our butler, Oliver.
Your butler?
Yes, his name is Oliver Deacon. He's been with our family for years now. He gets along so well with Lance, so I thought maybe he would know where my son is.
Mr. Amano, could you please tell me a little bit more about your butler, Mr. Deacon?
As a butler, he's outstanding. He even served as Lance's personal private tutor. He took a brief leave recently, but after it was over, I haven't been able to reach him.
So you still haven't spoken with him since his leave. What about his family and friends?
They said they hadn't seen him. I tried everything I could think of, Miles. Do you think this could have something to do with Lance's kidnapping?
Definitely. It's a massive coincidence. It's possible, but I can't say anything for sure quite yet. So even the person closest to the victim has gone missing. Oliver Deacon. Sounds like one name I'd better keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Let's begin our investigation. Even if that Interpol agent holds the authority to head this investigation, we can't allow ourselves to stand idly by twiddling our thumbs. I'm with you 100%, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I, Dick Gumshoe, pledge to stick by your side through thick and thin. Mr. Amano, it was my fault that the culprits escaped, which is why, with your blessing, I vow to return Lance to you myself.
Oh, I've never seen you so passionate before, Miles. Good luck to you, my boy.
Alright, well, what are you waiting for? Let's do some investigating. If you think I'm losing to you, pal, forget it. Begin investigation. So what should we examine first? Thanks to Agent Lang, we can't leave this area. But the culprits were here until only very recently, which means we may be able to find some clues that will tell us how they escaped. Okay, let's get looking. Hey, you there. Who, me? What are you doing goofing off in a place like this? I wasn't goofing off. I was about to help Mr. Edgeworth kick off this investigation. You imbecile. All precinct detectives are now under Agent Lang's direct command. No way. I'm not working for Wolf Boy. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something? I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as how you are a member of the police. Good. Now let's go. No! They just dragged him away. Boy, have I got the job for someone of your talents. Well, that was exciting. Okay. What? Can't you tell I'm all ready to get down to some detective work? You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you. Oh, come on. I finally get to be your assistant and you try to ditch me? I don't recall offering you the position. Why do you have to be so difficult? Besides, it's already too late, you know. Like I said, I've already stolen the position of assistant a while back. Huh. You're the only one asserting that. Well, by the time anyone notices, it's already gone. That's the Yatagarusu way. You shouldn't speak so lightly of things you know nothing about. Fine, whatever you win. Go ahead and do your little investigation. But the talented assistant Kay is going to tag along no matter what you say. Even if she turns out to be useless, she's not going to listen to me. I might as well surrender and let her come along for the ride. Ah, I've got you now, you vile criminals. I think the kidnappers would have better sense than to try hiding in these. Oh, come on. Lighten up, will ya? I was only joking. I don't really think that the criminals would be hiding here right in front of us two officers. I certainly hope not. Hey, there's a bunch of footprints in the mud over here. I remember hearing rainfall out here while I was being held in there. Yup, it was just a passing rain. That's why the ground is already pretty much dried up. I should be thankful. It left us with some nice footprint samples. You know what? I bet if we followed them, we could find out where the kidnappers went. Plus, we'd be able to spot them because of their muddy shoes. I don't think it will be that easy. Why not? Look carefully. There are quite a few different sets here. And we don't know which ones belong to the kidnappers. Oh, that's true. We don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing. If only we knew, we'd be able to track the kidnappers from the footprints. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, isn't that one of those things you tie horses to? Yes, although the horses are in another location at the moment. And here I was hoping I would get to ride one. You know how to ride a horse? Nope, never rode one in my life. But I have an Asian friend who was born in the year of the horse. Non sequitur is the only way to describe your logic. If these were real, I wonder what you'd put in them. Well, water would be the obvious answer. But if you stored water in a barrel under the blazing hot sun, wouldn't it go bad? People at that period probably didn't care about how it tasted. Sorry, but I can't let you get away with it, making fun of our forefathers. I mean, maybe they really liked the strange taste. Look who's making fun of them now. Oh god. Oh god. That song that's playing, that is the Blue Badger song. Is this the Easter egg that you guys were telling me about? You guys were telling me that there's a really big Easter egg in this mission. Oh man, this is... I remember the Blue Badger from the 5th murder case in the very first Ace Attorney game. Oh man, yeah, that was, oof. Hey, it's the Blue Badger. Badger, get. I really don't understand why she is so excited over this badger hunt. Speaking of badgers, there's a person inside of there. Mr. Badger, I wonder if you might share with me what you saw. He's doing that, contorted wriggling dance again. Oh no, him. Ah! You've uncovered my undercover identity, sir. I was to remain under that head, sir. Aren't you Officer Meekins? Yeah, he is. Sir! Mike Meekins reporting for duty, sir. Oh man, he was, yeah, he's appeared in so many games. He's a pretty dumb cop. This man was a witness in one of the cases I headed 2 years ago. About the only thing I remember about this officer is that he often spoke and acted before he fought, which gave me a great deal of headaches. Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd met him in the courtroom once before. Why was he so upset when we unmasked him? Does he have something to hide? Officer Meekins, why are you standing here wasting time? Sir, because I'm not a police officer right now, sir. I'm the Blue Badger. And I'm creating memories and dreams for the kids. That's never a waste of time, sir. I have a dream to become as big as Detective Gumshoe, sir. I was patrolling the scorching, boring beat until a little while ago, when the dispatch radio on my shoulder cracked that the kidnappers had escaped, sir. I thought maybe this was my shot at making detective, sir. I rushed on over to join in, but when I got here, there was a sea of people already, and I couldn't spread my trademark friendliness and joy onto anyone. For people wondering, that's basically how he talks. He talks really fast and he yells a lot. It would seem that some people never change. And also, Officer Meekins was in Apollo Justice. He was also in Apollo Justice, right? I remember him in Apollo Justice. He was it was the case with it was the case where Phoenix was defending Trucy's father. Yes, he was there during that. So why exactly are you in that ridiculous outfit? Sir, that's because, sir, I'm here to keep the visitors in good spirits, sir. But it's also to hide the fact that I'm the officer on the trail of a kidnapper, sir. I see. Agent Lang is very wise and employed this sort of diversionary tactics. To be handled the role of the Blue Badger out of all the different disguises, sir. It's such an honor. Any clues? How long have you been standing here, officer? Sir, for about 1 little hour, sir. That's around the time I woke up from being knocked unconscious. And I've been here ever since, sir. If that's true, then it's possible Officer Meekins saw the kidnappers escaping. However, sir, I must tell you I didn't see a thing, sir. I haven't asked you anything yet, officer. No. I know you will, sir. He's hiding something from me. Officer Meekins, I insist that you tell me more about your recent movements. Sir, I've been playing the Blue Badger this whole time, sir, and getting into it too. I patrolled the park all the while wearing this costume. And about 1 hour ago, I came over here, sir. I haven't seen any suspicious-looking people this whole time, sir. But I did see a badger, sir. A lone blue badger. What you just said now is contradictory to the facts. How so, Mr. Edgeworth? This is what Officer Meekins' testimony contradicts. A lone blue badger. Oh, it's the map of the park. Okay. The very proto-badger, very first badger, bad badger, vile criminal with a gun. Blue badger, an ally of justice who keeps the peace. Note her unique pink bow. Pink badger. There's only one of each badger in the park. Try to get the whole badger family. Yeah.
Take that!
Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like to ask you about your last statement. Sir! Of course, sir! If that's your wish, Mr. Prosecutor. This little patrolman will wait as long as I'm commanded to wait. You said that you saw a blue badger, correct? And yet, if you take a look at this, what you saw is not supposed to happen. This park is supposed to have only one of each badger, and it's at any given time, yeah. Which means that as long as you were the blue badger, Officer Meekins, you should not have seen another blue badger wandering the premises. What? Sir! Then that would mean that there are 2 blue badgers walking around, but why? There are only supposed to be 1 blue badger in the park, but a second was spotted. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here? Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Lang's orders. I suppose I'll have to deal with this impasse for now. It seems the costumes of the Badger family are kept in the isolation room. There's only supposed to be one blue badger in the park, but a second was spotted. The kidnapper was in the costume room. A second blue badger that shouldn't exist. Clearly, the true identity of this person underneath is... Oh, I know. It's one of the kidnappers, right? The person wore a costume to get away. The identity of the second blue badger is probably the kidnapper in disguise. Precisely. After all, the costumes that went missing from the storage area are a blue badger, a proto badger, and a bad badger. Yes, those three. So there are 3 phony badgers running around the park somewhere, huh? The kidnappers stole 3 costumes, a blue, a proto, and a bad badger. What kind of shoes? The identity of the second blue badger was probably the kidnapper in disguise. So they're wearing a costume. Now that we know that the kidnappers were wearing badger costumes, those footprints from earlier take on a new and very significant meaning. Oh, you mean now we know which tracks belong to the kidnappers, right? Yes. More than shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of badgers. Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to use those footprints and go badger hunting. Horses are painted on this garage door to complete the Wild West theme. They look so lifelike, don't you think? Are you thinking of wrangling or rather stealing them? If you can coax them out of here, sure, come on. I know you can sweet talk them out. I could be holding a tube of sugar in my hand and they wouldn't budge, Kay. Let's look at those footprints again. So we're looking for footprints made by a costume. Hey, I think I found them. There are 2 sets here. They both do look like possible candidates. This says walking off to the west. Ah, it just stops. It can't make heads or tails of where it's headed from here. I think we can assume it's headed towards the stadium. I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to be headed east. Huh? Oh, it's to him. Quick, Mr. Edgeworth. I've got him. I've got one of the culprits. Ah, no! I'm not a kidnapper, sir. Down, Kay. Clearly those footprints belong to Officer Meekins. But our criminals were each wearing a costume. Aha, maybe they came over to this garage for something. That's what I would suppose. Officer Meekins, if you could step aside for a moment. We need to examine the garage. Sir! Roger Wilco, sir! Let's open the shutter and see what we can find. Maybe we'll find the kidnappers hiding inside. Ah! What? What? Well, what in the... Who's this? Is it... Now it's a murder. We seem to have stumbled across a dead body. She must be in severe shock to have been the first to find it. Now then, who is this man?
It's Oliver.
Mr. Amano, are you saying that this man is...
Yes, he's my butler. How could something like this have happened?
Indeed. And why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? I better investigate this crime scene quickly before Agent Langer's men return. The kidnapper's footprints lead right to this garage. And right to a dead body. Is it possible one of the kidnappers is now a murder victim? The victim was a kidnapper. Following a kidnapper's prints led us to a body. Was the victim in a costume? From my cursory examination, I believe the man had died of a fatal bullet wound. The victim is Oliver Deacon. It seems he was shot dead. You sure are calm for someone who just found a body. It's surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. And that's the thing is, a lot of detectives are not very shocked when they see dead bodies because they've gotten so used to it. To prosecutors, I guess, in a way too, but especially detectives. I won't rest until I inspect every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Let me look at this gunshot wound. As long as that Interpol agent has control of this case, I'm not going to be able to have a real autopsy done on the victim. I'm no doctor, but let's see what I can piece together myself. There are 2 gunshot wounds, one in his abdomen and one in his shoulder. So that means he was shot twice. No, I don't think so. I think abdominal one is an entry wound, and the one near his shoulder is the exit wound. Yup. Nice, I knew you could figure it out. It comes with experience, and I've seen my share of crime scenes. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems a bit too clean for a murder where the bullet, went clean through. I should make a note of this oddity. The victim is Oliver Deacon. Bullet entered his abdomen and exited through his shoulder. What's this necklace? This is an unusually shaped pendant. What is it? Is it something valuable? She seems to have regained some of her composure. It looks like a horse pendant. It's got an antique feel about it, and it's really pretty. Hold on. This is made of platinum silver. Nice. It is worth something after all. Oh, and look. There's something written on the back. Colin Devore. It's a name. Colin Devore. Colin Devore. Colin Devore. Colin Devore. Colin Devore. Well, this man's name is Oliver Deacon. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? The victim is Oliver Deacon. Yeah, this.
Eureka!
There's something not right about the name on the pendant. The victim is the Amano family butler, and his name is Oliver Deacon. The name on the pendant is Colin Devore. I wonder what's up with that. It was a fake name. I don't know, but I think we've hit upon an important piece of information. It's shaped like a horse. Colin Devore is engraved on the back.
Lance! Lance, where are you, sweetie?
Who's this? Excuse me, but you are?
Badum.
Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. Stop it, Lauren. You can't let yourself fall for a playboy like him. You're in love with... Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh? Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance? Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Pops. His girlfriend. Oh, it's not like that. We're more like friends, and we're not lovers or anything. We haven't gotten that far yet. But I guess that's how people are going to see it, so I should just accept it. I even got this ring as a present from Lance. Haha, you know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character. How ironic. May I inquire as to why you are here? I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately, and I began to get really worried. I looked everywhere for him, and then I heard about the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for having made it through all this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped? No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true. Oh, Lance. I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to the fair, maiden in love routine. So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do we go from here? Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder. Oh, great. Annoying agent is here. My men brought me up to speed over the radio. Ugh. And I have to say, you really, should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. It's exactly what you see before you. I'll take it from here. Yeah, that guy's really dead. Hey, you waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect now. Suspect? Who? Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us. What, sir? I had nothing to do with it, sir. Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit rash? You even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins. Ha! I leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job after all. Like I said earlier, The crime scene isn't as forgiving as your precious courtroom. That's your answer? I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field. All you have to do is arrest suspicious persons after a suspicious person. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets. But that's also precisely how you unnecessarily arrest innocent people by mistake. Innocent people? Nonsense. There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts. That's tyranny. I won't allow such a thing to go on unchecked before my eyes. Heh. Too bad you don't call the shots around here. As I've sworn to uphold the laws of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. That you would arrest a man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? You! How dare you speak so disrespectfully to our seafood? He's the one arresting people without just cause, without probable cause at all. Hold it. You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Lang Z says, every pack has its own rules. If you can play by the rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. Through my line of logic. Oh, great. She, Long Lang's logic. I've seen a lot of bodies like the one, being carted off in my time. I can see why he was shot in a single glance. But even you, figured out that much. With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement, like Officer Meekins, is that right? That is your reasoning. Solid as a rock. It's based on the philosophy of detainment. What's this philosophy of detainment? Ah, you don't know? In that case, pay attention, girlie. In my country, the criminals have a saying, beware of the wolf. Why the wolf? Because in my language, Lang means wolf, and you don't mess with me or my pack. And as for the detainment philosophy, its father is my honorable ancestor, Lang Z. You'd think I'd have heard of him and his teachings if he is that famous. Lang Z developed it as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Zengfa police still trains recruits using his philosophies. But though thousands of years ago, that makes your story about as believable as a fairy tale. Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied to today's world? You want to put it to a test? Long Lang's logic. I've seen a lot of bodies like the one, being carted off in my time.
Hold it!
So what can you tell me about the body? A lot, even about an autopsy of my ways. They teach you the basics of our forensics along with the detention philosophy. Oh? Then you wouldn't mind telling me a little of what you figured out, correct? I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured out that much, right?
Hold it!
Yes, I think anyone who saw the bullet wounds would come to that same conclusion.
Not the back!
Don't pat yourself on the back yet. What's that supposed to mean? Lang Z says, search where the water is deepest. You have to keep your eyes on the big fish that lurks in the depths, which is the killer. Is that right? And what would you know about the killer? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun.
Hold it!
It would appear you've studied a little of our laws. Study? Who needs to study when every child on any street corner already knows? It's that China. The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. That's it. The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. I hear it's not easy to get a gun these days. Interesting. That woman is the one in charge of keeping the track of the information. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins, is that right?
Hold it!
If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every single one of them, are you? As if I would need to. I've already looked into everyone else here. Oh? Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired. how did you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time?
That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. It didn't take more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation.
The power of sheer numbers. But you have yet to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct?
Thanks for reminding me. Heh, you, show me your gun.
Oh! What's wrong? Why does he look so sickly pale all of a sudden?
Gun! What'd you say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already.
Sir! Sir! I lost my gun, sir! Oh no, this is gonna look really bad for him. He's definitely not the killer, but this is gonna look... How could you be so irresponsible?
In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we got. You're the one who waited here outside this garage to ambush and kill the victim.
So you think that Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Lang? He hasn't provided a motive, though. I think this little accusation deserves a lot more scrutiny.
Officer Meekins ambushed the victim in this garage and killed him here with his gun.
Hold it!
You mean to tell me that the murder occurred here in this garage? From the fact that the suspect was found almost next to where the body was found, I'd say that it's pretty obvious that this is the crime scene. Lang Z says, a criminal always returns to the scene of the crime.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's the killer. Hey, finally, a quote even I've heard of before.
Furthermore, Lang Z says, successful investigations are the result of multiple returns to a crime scene.
Looks like neither detectives nor criminals have changed their ways over the millenniums. So this is the kind of a conclusion the philosophy of detainment can lead to. I don't get it, Mr. Edgeworth. Why are you putting yourself on the line for Mr. Meekins? It's not that I particularly care about what happens to Officer Meekins.
What?
However, I can't simply stand by while Agent Lang ignores our country's laws. Chi Long Lang. Just what sort of investigator are you? Let me look at the picture. It's this. It's, When he says that Officer Meekins ambushed him here, that's what doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't think the murder happened in this garage. There would have been more blood.
Objection!
I'm right. Unfortunately for you, Agent Lang, that is simply not possible. What do you mean? You've seen the crime scene for yourself. And while you were looking, did you not think to yourself that it was a little too clean?
Yeah.
So you notice that there was too little blood. Do you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this isn't the crime scene. And if it was your men who led you to think it was, then I suggest you leave this case to the local police to set the record straight.
Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as mine. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that Officer was hanging out around here in the first place?
Weird? How so?
Hey you, your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What were you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here? Don't you dare give me some lame excuse like, I found myself taking a walk.
But sir, I really did take a walk, sir.
You're a disgrace. How dare you, take your pack obligation so lightly?
Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he hiding something? Mr. Edgeworth, please, sir. Save me the way you did earlier, please, sir. Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened. Sir, not you too. Meekins Testimony. It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir. I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir. I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the Blue Badger mobile, sir. But I got completely caught up in my role of selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir. What is this Blue Badger mobile? It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet dreams and merchandise, sir. Oh no, is that what I think it is? I think it's the car that's in the garage. So the Blue Badger mobile is just a roaming souvenir shop. Mobile shop on 3 wheels was parked inside the Wild West area garage. Sir, I swear as I was chasing the kidnappers down while I was being a good dream, merchant. He seems rather worked up. Even more than his usual hyperactive self. He sure seems sure of what he's saying. Can you try to calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer? Sir! Roger, sir. Meekins Testimony. It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir.
Hold it!
Alright then. Where were you assigned to? I was assigned to the main gate, sir. You must mean the area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain. Okay, then why are you here in the Wild West area? It's because of a very deep reason, ma'am. I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir.
Hold it!
Describe for me how you conducted your investigation. Yes, sir. Well, first, I made sure that there was no suspicious-looking people in the area, sir. But the only people that seemed to gather around me were little girls, sir. Well, what did you expect when you're dressed like the Blue Badger? I thought I had no choice at that point, sir, so... I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the Blue Badger mobile, sir.
Hold it!
What exactly do you mean by selling dreams? Sir, the Blue Badger mobile is where dreams are collected. What? Sweetness like you've never known except in the dreams, ma'am. Like innocence drops. And bitterness found only in nightmares, ma'am. Like guilty jawbreakers. Selling those as I pushed the Blue Badger mobile along my sworn duty, ma'am. But I got completely caught up in my role selling dreams to the children, sir.
Hold it!
You completely forgot to look for the kidnappers? No, sir. Of course not, sir. I would never do something like that, sir. You're absolutely right. Wow, you're good at this forcing people to confess thing, Mr. Edgeworth. To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook, sir.
Hold it!
Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony. Yes, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir.
Hold it!
How did you wind up all the way over here? I was in the middle of a sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the child's painful drop kicks, and before I knew it... the good old drop kick. I dished out my fair share of those when I was a kid. It was always the best when you felt one really connected with your opponent. In any case, you wound up here for a reason, completely unrelated to the investigation. Sir! That's right, sir. That's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. It sounds like he simply forgot about his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there is one flaw in Officer Meekins' story, but I have the feeling that he'll need some prodding before he spills the beans. I wasn't assigned this area. Yeah, the Blue Badger mobile is right next to the body. Oh, no. Which one do I...
Objection!
The evidence contradicts your statement just now. So what if it does? Wait up there, Junior. Where is this contradiction you speak of, Mr. Prosecutor? Maybe in reality you doubt me too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. But, sir, I'm telling you, I don't know anything, sir. Now I know something is wrong. Officer Meekins definitely hiding something. Selling dreams in the blue Badger mobile, yeah. Parked right next to the body. I think this one here. Yeah, this one here. I knew it was the blue Badger mobile. I just didn't know which statement. It was the third statement. Officer Meekins, I would appreciate if you didn't tell such transparent lies. Sir? I'm lying, sir? Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams to the blue Badger mobile until recently, then what is it doing here inside the garage? Ah! Actually, I just lost track, sir. Lost track of what? By the time I realized that the blue Badger mobile was nowhere to be found, sir. Which would mean it was perhaps stolen. And that's where I came back to this area, thinking maybe it was in the garage, sir. But that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Not so fast!
A likely story. Who do you think is going to buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about his story? The car getting stolen is completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used all right. To move the dead body. What? You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins. And then you used the blue Badger mobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me. But it wasn't me, sir! The killer, sir! It wasn't me, sir! Agent Lang, wait. What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts of this case, let alone the truth. I told you, Truth Smoop. I could care less. Our job is to catch the crook. You find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. You Boris buffoon. I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to the autopsy, and you guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Now be a good fancy boy and get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice. Oh, it ends up here. Oof. Well, Officer Meekins definitely didn't do it. He's definitely the killer. But I guess we will wrap it up here, guys. I hope you guys like all the accents I'm doing for the characters. I'm trying my best. I'm talking how I think the characters would sound. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, drop a like. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.